Hi, this is Carolyn, and today I'm sharing some of the embedded collages I've been making on my jelly plate. And what I mean by embedded collage is that I've been building the pieces right into the jelly print itself by putting the pieces upside down on the plate and then painting over them. There are a couple of things I really like about this. First of all, I really like that they're smooth. You lay the torn papers right up against the plate and then put the acrylic paint over them so that pulls like any other jelly print. And when you run your hand over them, the pieces don't snag or anything. They are in there. They are embedded. I also love the layering. Like I love putting chalk pastel down on the plate and then some torn paper on top and then maybe using something to print on top of that like corrugated board or some buttons and then pulling the whole thing with different colors. I just really like the aesthetic. I think it's spontaneous and it's abstract. If the pieces don't work by themselves, you can always tear them up and use them again. Okay, so let's take a closer look at making some of these. This time I'm going to go slowly. This is a 15-minute video, and you can probably almost follow along if you want. So I'm starting by transferring some chalk pastel drawing onto the jelly plate. When you're choosing your pieces, try to make very different pieces. Pick them from different jelly prints because that will give you completely different colors, completely different textures, and try to make very different shapes, some hard, some soft, some big, some small. Remember that the chalk pastel drawing you put right on the plate in front of everything and the paint that you're going to put behind it to pick it up will help to unify the composition. Also try to use all kinds of papers. You can use receipts and you can print on papers from magazines or put pieces of magazines or photographs down. You can put everything from your recycling box on it, labels, pieces of boxes, paper bags. In addition to using up all kinds of paper and bits of jelly print, you can also use up all kinds of paint. I use very inexpensive paint to do these. I intentionally buy low-grade paint or lots of paint that I find on sale or dollar store paint so that I can use it for this purpose and just play with it risk-free. Low stakes. That's the thing, low stakes. That way you'll do whatever you want in the moment and follow your heart and follow your impulse and end up with some wonderful, inspirational, creative results. Rolling the paper is a little bit tricky. Sometimes it moves or lifts up with the roller. Wettable tissue and deli paper is super hard to do. It lifts up onto the roller. It's too light. You can see how light this is already. So sometimes I use a sauté stick, like one of those little wooden sticks or a toothpick, and you can hold the collage bits down. They don't always jump up like you see them jumping up here. It totally depends on the kind of paper you've got. But you do need quite a bit of paint for it. Treat the paint like glue. The paint in this case is sticking the collage bits to the back of the paper. So you don't want it to be thick like whiskery, but you want it to be substantial, as opposed to say when you're creating a transfer and you want a whisper thin layer of paint. So just, play around with it and see how much paint you need to use. I'd say a good puddle. You can see that I work on both sides of the jelly plate here. You can just flip it over and work on the other side. You can always do that. A lot of people don't think of it at first. You can see as I continue on the other side how completely random my selection from the folder is. I'm just picking different colors, different interesting shapes, laying them off to the side, and then I'll put them onto the plate. One thing you can do is draw on the plate with a Posca marker first instead of using chalk pastels. These drawing elements unify the collage composition. They provide a layer that creates a sense of repetition or unity. Line is always good for that. Repeated shapes are always good for that. I think when I put my pieces on, I put more thought into leaving enough space for paint between than the actual front of the pieces. And it's surprising how, despite that, when I lift them up, they look so good. There have been a lot of questions on the Learn Gelli Plate Printing Facebook group on how to neaten things up and how to keep the negative space clean. Those are all possible. You can neaten it up and you can keep the negative space clean. If you look at some of my previous videos, especially the one on what to do with all these extra jelly prints where I do this with the rocks, it's very clean. The background with the pearlescent blue is pristine. But for this particular strategy, I like to be a little loose and messy. So it just depends, what you're doing. Jelly printing is so versatile. It's just a form of painting and printmaking. You can do whatever you want. The possibilities are endless. And for those of you new to art, there is no right answer. When you're making art, you can do whatever you want. This is just school paper, little children's scribblers from the dollar store that I'm using to pick these up. You can use anything, like I said before, pages from magazines. Oh, newspapers look great. Paper bags, everything works. This white heart side gets a little goopy, but it doesn't really matter. Parts of it end up turning out. So there's that side, and then we flip it and we can pull the other side off. And again, look how the paper is embedded in the print. Oops, seems it's not ready to pull. The plate wasn't clean. I think the paper tore on this one. That sometimes happens with cheaper paper when it's wet, and it's more likely to tear if you pull the paper up than if you roll the jelly plate itself off the paper. Not sure why that is. Maybe the tension on the paper. This one is coming up beautifully. The jelly plate is completely clean and the paper is completely embedded into that print. Look at that. Lovely. One piece. Gorgeous. And let's have a look at that one. We're going to roll the plate off of it. And it is also looking very nice. A little goopy, but the paper's on the print, so that's good. I like that black and green leafy pattern on the one side there. I just wash that off quickly with a little bit of water while it's still wet and clean the jelly plate that way. With a paper towel, look how well that comes off. And you can see all through the demos that my jelly plates are never clean. There are two reasons for that. One is I don't need them clean. I don't like them clean. I don't need clean to make a print. And the second reason is I certainly do not want to spend a lot of time trying to get my plate clean using a lot of soap or oil, paper towels, or worse, running the acrylic paint down the sink trying to clean my jelly plate. That's not the idea. If that starts happening, then maybe take up another medium because you might not be too comfortable with the grunginess of the jelly plate. And it's really terrible to be putting that acrylic paint down the sink. Okay, so that one's coming off now. I am taking the plate off that paper. That's lovely. Wow, what fun that one is. And then I think this one might be the best one once I finally get it off. Yeah, that's a nice one. And I peeled that one off very carefully. I don't know why I took it out. That was an accident. That's a nice one. So here are the 4 of them. And for my money, they look really nice. So I guess today's theme color was green. Had the green paint out. But I like all the differences. And I think they're very attractive, and there's a lot we're going to be able to do with those. I'm not sure yet if I would use any one of them on their own. So here are some ideas for pushing this even further. After you've made these embedded collages, you can cut them up and collage them again. So I'd love to know what you would do with these. I've been trying to figure it out, and I've set myself some parameters. So the last few weeks I've been making still lives of bowls of fruit using these in my journal, and I'm making some compositions of 3 vases and flowers on my 16 by 20 jelly plates. You can combine this with layered printing or using your rolling pin, or I'm using transfers of letters or faces. My own inclination is to set myself some parameters and to play with it until I'm done with it and move on. Here are some vase shapes that have been cut, like the ones I'm using in the bigger collage prints. You can see some of the results here, and I'll be doing process videos for those in a few weeks. If you like what you see, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and show me what you do.